Yeah, we're live on Facebook.
Hi, good morning, everyone. We will start at exactly 10 a.m. for our live webinar for Student Pathway. Anyone who's watching from Zoom, Facebook, and TikTok, we're live on that three platform. So if you have a question or clarification later, if while I'm discussing the program, you can post it directly on TikTok, Facebook, and um, Zoom. So I will start at exactly 10 a.m. So for anyone who's willing to learn about the student pathway, so tune in and we will start discussing about the international student in Canada. So thank you so much. Um, for our viewers in TikTok, you can start commenting on your questions. So definitely, after I finish my discussion, I will try to answer all your queries in our TikTok pages. So thank you so much po and stay tuned. Joy, kailangan pala ng And so, hello, good morning again, everyone. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Daniel Del Rio, and I'm the Client Acquisition Manager here at Roman and Canadian Immigration Services. So, our discussion today or our webinar today is about the student pathway. So, for all our viewers from Facebook, TikTok, and Zoom, if you're interested and you want to become an international student in Canada, definitely this is your time to have a knowledge or background about international student in Canada. So I will start my presentation, and while I'm discussing my presentation about the student pathway, definitely you can post your comment in Facebook, TikTok, and in Zoom. So later, after my discussion, I will try to answer all your inquiries. So let me start. So as I mentioned, our topic today is about the student pathway. So sa mga viewers po natin na interested nga, as I mentioned, or you have a relatives, or may anak kayo, may kakilala kayo na willing mag-international student in Canada, definitely we are here to help you out. And of course, let me introduce our company first. I know naman na all of the viewers or all of the clients wants to know about the legitimacy of company. So always check for the legitimacy of company. So as I mentioned, I will introduce my company or our company. We are a registered Canadian immigration firm in BC or British Columbia, Canada. If you want to search our legitimacy, you can always go to Canada Business Registry. Just simply type it in Google or any search engine and simply put our name, Roman Canadian Immigration Services. And our main office is in Canada in 6057 Dumont Road in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Yes, tama po, ang aming main office is located na in Canada. But here in the Philippines, our satellite office is located at Cities LinkedIn Hotel Event Center, JP Laurel Highway, Barangay Sico, Lipa City here in Batangas. So, sa mga viewers po namin, if hindi kayo malapit here in Batangas, you're in Manila, you're in North, or in Visaya, Mindanao, you can always visit us or you can place your visit with us po para to know then if we're existing or the company is still existing. So definitely, you can visit us here in Lipa City, Batangas po. And of course, to check more about the company, to check the legitimacy of company, always make sure that they have their own licensed immigration consultant. We have our own licensed immigration consultant nga po, and his name is Mr. Israel Roman. So you can search him, and his license identification number is R524540 po. So always check the legitimacy or their immigration consultant, specifically in Canada po. As I mentioned, he's a licensed Canadian immigration consultant registered with the College of Immigration Citizenship Consultancy or the CICC po. And of course, to give you a background of our immigration consultant, he's also a practicing registered nurse in Canada. As of the moment, yes, he's a registered nurse in Canada. So, sa mga viewers po namin na may kakilalang nurses or nurse mismo, definitely we can help you dahil unang-una, Sir Israel Roman is a permanent resident in Canada and he's a registered nurse din dito sa Philippines po. And of course, before he moves to Canada, he used to work as a nursing professor po here in the Philippines po. So, yan yung background ng aming own immigration consultant po. And if mapapansin nyo po, our company name is Roman Canadian Immigration Services, came from the surname of our own immigration consultant / the owner of the company po. And of course, flash on your screen, nakikita nyo, these are the current international student po namin na they are taking their co-op in Nanaimo Regional General Hospital. So, if any one of you is not familiar with the word co-op, simplify natin in Filipino, parang OJT siya in Canada. But, ang kagandahan in Canada, babayaran ka na nung company kung saan ka nagko-co-op program po. So technically, habang hindi pa tapos yung pag-aaral mo, nag-OJT ka pa lang in terms in the Philippines, you are already paid na po. So, and before I proceed with the next slide, so let me read some comments in TikTok. So, OGG, how about the caregiver? So, ma'am, later I'll answer all your question po. About the caregiver, yes, any pathway in Canada, specifically student pathway, we cater it. So, any pathway going to Canada, if you have any inquiries, you can direct email us or call our number po here in the Philippines. And of course, ayan, I know naman some of you have a different reason kung bakit si Canada yung napili nyong destination. Definitely, maraming country na pwede pa rin naman tayo mag-PR. We have the New Zealand, Ireland, Australia, UK, US. But I know some of you have a reason kung bakit Canada. Some of you have a relatives in Canada, may co-work na nasa Canada na nagkukwento sa inyo na ang ganda ng buhay, ang taas ng sweldo and everything, and hindi stressful yung work. I know some of you have different reasons po. Pero bakit nga ba si Canada is one of the best destination for an immigrant katulad natin po? Of course, Canada is the home of the world's top academic institution and university. So technically, if you will become an international student in Canada, definitely Canada can give you the best education you need po. And of course, you can gain work experience, setting them up for a promising future. So I know all of us, kaya willing tayo maging OFW, willing tayo lumabas sa comfort zone na country natin, is we want to give the best future for our family. And that is our goal, to help you, to give you the best future for your family. And of course, specifically for student, after completing your studies, you can work and may be eligible for a permanent residency status. So I know din naman na yes, you want the best future for your family, but the first thing na talagang we're eyeing for as an international student in Canada, we want to become a permanent resident in Canada. And of course, if you will become an international student in Canada, you have a chance to become a permanent resident in their country po. So I know these are the some reasons kung bakit Canada yung napili natin, but I know you have different reasons pa talaga. So yun, let me proceed with the next slide. So in Canada, as an international student, we have 3 different intakes. The first intake we have is we have the September intake, that's the fall intake. We have the second intake, that's January, and that's the winter intake. And we have our final intake, the third intake, that's the May and the summer intake. So, as an international student in Canada, yes po, you need to choose kung anong month po ba tayo papasok as an international student. Hindi siya basta-basta, ay sir, I want to become an international student in Canada, pwede bang pumasok ako on this month? So, we need to plan it. Anong intake ba yung maganda? Anong intake yung papasok yung time natin sa pag-aayos ng documents and everything po natin? So, to give you an idea, some of our students or almost many of the international students in Canada are taking the September and the May intake po. Why? Kasi syempre, if ever na you're Filipino or you're here in the Philippines, definitely, we don't have the winter weather naman dito. So technically, if ever, yung ibang student talaga, iniisip nila, ay sir, baka hindi ako maka-adjust sa lamig, mahirapan ako, and everything. So yun, they're taking their September intake or May intake. So it depends naman sa inyo. Yung ibang Filipino naman, minsan, taga Baguio, sanay sa malamig. So, nagtitake sila ng winter intake. Pero, it doesn't mean na sabi ko marami nagtitake ng September and May intake. It doesn't mean na hindi kayo pwede mag-take ng January or the winter intake. Ha? It's your choice po. Wala naman po magiging problema. And of course, ayan, for the student pathway, to give you an idea, the first thing you need to do, of course, if you will enter our service, we need an assessment. So you need to send your detailed resume sa amin, and we will assess if you're eligible on that specific pathway or program po. And the next thing na kailangan natin is to look for a school kung saan tayo papasok as an international student po. So, Here in Roman Canadian Immigration Services, we have plenty of partnered school na po. So if ever na you're planning to become an international student and wala pa kayong napipiling specific school, we can help you, or we have a partner school na I will present it to you para at least baka maging isa siya sa choices po natin. So let me give you an idea. If ever yung partner school namin yung napili nyo, definitely, we have a direct contact with them. So the processing of your paper is mas mapapabilis po tayo. So the first school na partner po namin, we have the Stenberg College, we have the Georgian College, we have the Fanshawe College, Coast Mountain College, Niagara College, Durham College, Humber College, Okanagan College, Centennial College, Saskatchewan Polytechnic College, we have Sheridan, and lastly, we have the Selkirk College. So as I mentioned sa inyo, if ever na wala pa po tayong napipiling school or wala pa tayong napipiling program and school nga po, we can definitely help you on looking for the best school depending on the location you want to study in Canada po. And of course, and before I proceed with the next slide, I would like to thank the mga viewers namin from TikTok. So, yan, may mga questions sila, pero later, I'll try to answer it all na lang po. And of course, we have a participant in Zoom and in Facebook din po. So, yan, thank you so much po for attending our free webinar po. And of course, ayan, as an international student, definitely, I know naman, if you're eyeing to go to a country na like UK, New Zealand, Canada, Australia, and so many more, I know you're familiar na po with IELTS or International English Language Testing System po. To give you an idea, the 9.09ers IELTS review tutorial is partnered then with us, Roman Canadian Immigration Services po. And of course, the British Council po. So British Council, here in our office in Batangas, we are the official test center po. And of course, 9.09er LIPA is located also here in our office or here in our building po. So technically, our office, our building is like a one-stop shop now. If you're planning to go to different country and you will take a review and IELTS exam, and specifically in Canada, makikita nyo na siya dito sa building po namin. So if you want to place a visit nga po sa mga bagong pasok lang na viewers po namin, you can visit us here at Lipa City, Batangas po. And of course, ayan, for the student pathway, I know some of you have question in mind na, sir, paano ba yan? High school graduate lang ako. Or sir, I'm a K-12 graduate. Am I eligible for the student pathway? To give you an idea, ang eligibility lang po ng student pathway is at least high school graduate or K-12 graduate lang po tayo. And of course, it depends on the school requirement. And for the documentary requirement po, ito yung pinaka-mabilis or pinaka-kukunting requirement as an international student. Ang kailangan nyo lang po, academic IELTS, pero it depends on the school and the program na kukunin po natin in Canada. And of course, for the school records, if you're a high school graduate or K-12 graduate, you have your Form 137 lang. And if you're college graduate naman, we need your TOR and diploma po. And of course, yun lang po yung eligible or sila lang po yung eligible for student pathway. Definitely, I know all of us are high school graduate or K-12 graduate naman. So if you're eyeing and natatakot kayo na hindi kayo college graduate or what, you're eligible if ever high school graduate lang po tayo or K-12 graduate lang po tayo. And of course, ayan. So ito, one of the most important thing as an international student is dapat alam natin yung magiging after natin mag-aral, ano ba yung next natin and everything, ano ba yung mga kailangan natin i-apply and everything. Kasi as an international student, hindi naman pwedeng, sir, enroll ako sa school na yan, sir, aral ako dyan, sir, paano ba yung ganito? We need to plan it. So, I'll discuss to you about the post-graduation work permit. So ito yung isa sa pinaka-importanting bagay na kailangan malaman if you are eyeing for a student pathway. So what is the post-graduation work permit or the PGWP? You can apply for a post-graduation work permit or the PGWP upon the completion of your course, which enables you to stay in Canada and work for any employer without any restriction. Yes po, tama po yung narinig nyo. After you finish your program in Canada, it's either 1-year program or 2 years program po, mag-grant po tayo or we are eligible to apply for a PGWP or post-graduation work permit. And you can work full-time po. And to give you an idea, paano nga ba ma-PR after natin mag-student pathway in Canada? You need at least 1 year working experience in Canada po to be eligible for a permanent residency. Pero with regarding sa permanent residency, we can discuss it to you one-on-one and if para at least mas detailed tayo. And of course, ayan, if ever na 1-year course po yung pipiliin nyo in Canada, you're eligible to get a 1-year PGWP po. But if you will take a 2-year program in Canada, you're eligible po of 3 years PGWP. It means pwede po tayo mag-work for 3 years after natin mag-aral in Canada for 2 years po. So yan po kaganda. So technically, pag magtatrabaho tayo, mababawi naman natin yung investment natin for our student pathway. And to give you an idea, baka may mga questions sa atin dito in our live. Sir, pwede po bang mag-work ang international student in Canada? The answer po is yes. You're allowed to work, pero make sure na hindi po kayo lalagpas sa working hours na pwede lang for international student. And that's 20 hours in a week. Pero as of the moment, this is a good news for you sa mga planning mag-international student in Canada. Until December 2023, Canada is allowing international students to work full-time. So yes po, yung mga international student in Canada po ngayon is allowed na po mag-work full-time. So if you're planning to go to Canada, this is the best year or the best time to enroll as an international student. Dahil I know naman, we Filipinos are talagang, we want, kahit pagod na tayo sa school, we want to work full-time pa rin. And that's the time po. Pero, as I mentioned, it's up to December 2023, so far pa lamang po. So we don't know yet if may extend ba siya ni Canada or mag-stop na siya on December 2023. So bakit po, to give you an idea, bakit nga ba si Canada nag-extend ng full-time working permit for the international students? Kasi definitely, Canada is may shortage siya of employee, I mean. So ayun po siya. So as I mentioned, for the work permit, for the tourist visa, for international student, now is the best time to go to Canada. And of course, yan. What is the process of Roman Canadian Immigration Services if ever you will be getting our services po? As I mentioned a while ago, the first step is we have the pre-assessment. You will send your detailed resume to us and we will assess if you're eligible on that specific pathway po. Before I proceed with the step 2, so let me read some comments in TikTok po that so see. Yeah. Saan po pwede ipasa, sir? Hi, Ma'am Ella of TikTok. Later, I will flash our email so you can send your detailed resume with us so we can assess if you're eligible on certain pathway you're interested. If you're interested going to Canada as a worker, definitely be specific on your subject. I want a working visa. Working visa na lang ilagay nyo for our subject and send us your detailed resume or updated resume po. Paano po? Paano pwede po work lang po? Yes, as I mentioned, we cater any pathway going to Canada. But if you're looking for direct work in Canada, the first thing we will our first question to you is, do you have your own employer na? Kasi if you don't have your own employer, definitely we can process it po. But if you have your own employer, definitely that's the time we can process your documents po going to Canada. But baka ma-question nyo kami, sir, meron po ba kayong available employer? As of the moment po kasi, we don't have available employer po. Pero, ayun, if you have your available employer or ready employer, yes po, we can definitely help you to process all your documents in Canada po. And of course, applicable lang po yan if naka-apply no October 2022. Ayun, ayun, good thing. Meron ditong, okay, ayun. Thank you, Sir JNBM Lau. So sabi niya kanina, yung 40 hours is in a week is only applicable for naka-apply ng October 2022. So yun, sir, thank you so much po if sa clarification nyo po, and it's a big help from us and sa mga viewers po namin. Pwede ba yun, halimbawa may employer ako pero as parang i-apply? So, sige ma'am, pwede ba? Hello ma'am April, good morning. So, from TikTok, pwede ba yon? Halimbawa, may employer ako pero as PR ang i-apply. So, what do you mean ma'am? Be broad po dun sa question nyo para at least mas ma-dissect namin and maintindihan po namin. And ayun, congratulations sir, kaka-approve lang din. Congratulations sir, and I hope na maging okay yung journey niyo in Canada. So thank you so much sir, and still thank you pa rin kahit na-approve na kayo, still you want to watch pa rin yung live namin on giving some tips on our kababayans po. Thank you so much sir. And of course, let me proceed with our next step, the step 2. You need to choose school and program. Of course, we will not proceed with the step 3 until wala pa po tayong napipiling schools and program po. And after choosing school and program, we have the program discussion. So with the program discussion po, I'll be the one who will discuss the program sa inyo po. And after ko ma-discuss and you don't have any question na, you will now sign our service agreement. Kung actually, to give you an idea pala, kung how much yung processing fees po namin, you can email us to book a one-on-one session between us para at least mas maging detailed po. Pwede namin sabihin doon kung how much nga ba yung proof of funds na kakailanganin nyo, ilang months nga po ba yung processing for student pathway, gaano kabilis ma-PR, ano yung ways para ma-PR and everything. So if you want to book a one-on-one discussion with us, definitely you can email us and lagay niyo lang sa subject one-on-one discussion with us, and definitely I will call you po. And of course, after that, we have the step 5, the administration fee. And after the settling of our administration fee, you need to submit the required documents to your chosen school. Say yes po. With regarding sa mga documents na kakailanganin nyo, we are the one na magbibigay sa inyo ng mga documents checklist para at least makompleto nyo siya. And don't you worry, kami naman yung bahala mag-connect sa school na napili nyo. And kami na yung bahala mag-asikaso ng mga documents na kakailanganin nyo. And of course, next step is we have the step 7, the issuance of letter of acceptance, offer letter from the school po. Indicated sa offer letter from the school, what intake, anong program, how much, and paano bayaran yung tuition fee na kakailanganin. And of course, ayan, sa step 8, you need to pay your tuition fee down payment. Pero yung nakalagay dyan na down payment, it depends on the school po. Kasi yung ibang school, to give you an idea, at least pinaparedy na nila yung 1-year tuition fee, yung iba naman half ng tuition fee. So talaga nakadepende siya sa school and program na mapipili po natin going to Canada po. And of course, ayan, with a step 9, after natin ma-settle yung tuition fee dun sa school na yon, we will now, or the school now issue a letter of acceptance from the school. So ano nga po ba si letter of acceptance? It only means pag nakakuha na tayo ng letter of acceptance po, we are enrolled na po on that specific school na napili po natin. And yes, we have a slot na or we have a seat na on that school po. And of course, After the issuance of letter of acceptance, we will now collate your immigration documents kasama yung mga letter of acceptance na yan. And sa immigration documents, don't you worry, we will assist you on sa pag-fill out ng everything. Kasi even the slightest error in your immigration documents can cause your application to be denied po. So we are expert on doing that. So definitely we can help you. And of course, so step 11, you will now settle our service fee, and after that, we will now lodge your visa application po. So sa lodging of your visa application, to give you an idea, for the student pathway, the average processing time is 3 to 6 months po. So depende na yan kung gaano kabilis mag-submit ng document sa amin yung aming applicant. Kasi syempre, minsan kaya nagtatagal din is because of the applicant itself. Hindi niya maipasa yung something ganito and ganyan. Kami naman, hindi naman namin pinapasa yung documents nyo kung alam namin na mahina yung magiging approval rate natin. So, kaya papakompleto muna namin yung documents nyo before namin i-lodge yun. And definitely, i-check pa namin yun. And of course, yan, before I proceed with the next slide, I will answer some comments here in Zoom. So, from Shem Candelario, Sir, pwede niyo po ba explain kung anong difference ng express entry sa student pathway, sir? Thank you and God bless. Ayan, for the express entry, to give you an idea, if you want to go to Canada as express entry, you need to assess kung ano nga po ba yung points na makukuha nyo. Unlike sa student pathway. Sa student pathway po kasi, you will apply as an international student. Pero for express entry, we need to assess kung ano nga po ba yung score na makukuha nyo sa immigration ni Canada. And if ever na mataas yung nakuha nyong score, yes, possible mabigyan po tayo ng invite for an express entry depending on location in Canada. So yes, kailangan nyo pa po magpa-assess kung anong score nyo na makukuha for express entry. And to give you an idea, express entry, medyo matagal na process siya. Bakit? Unang-una, as I mentioned, magpapa-assess tayo ng points. And if ever na, pag nagpa-assess tayo ng points and mas lower yung points na nakuha natin compared din sa competitor natin, definitely, sino yung mabibigyan ng invite? The other competitor po. So, pataasan siya ng score po doon. So, to give you an idea sa mga nanonood din po dito, for express entry, you need at least, to give you an idea, yes, you need an English proficiency test na dyan or IELTS. And sana makakuha kayo ng 8.0 to perfect score. Bakit? Kasi kung mas mataas yung score natin sa English proficiency test, definitely mas mataas yung score na mabibigay sa atin. At least 5-year supervisory level, at least masterals graduate or doctorals graduate para at least mas mataas yung points natin. To give you an idea, for express entry, may points din po if ever may relatives tayo in Canada, and so on pa po. So maraming factor po to assess your score in express entry po. So definitely, mas maraming process siya compare sa student pathway. Kaya nga po, to give you an idea, if planning na talaga kayo mag-Canada and ayaw nyo na dito sa Philippines or sa other countryman, gusto nyo na by 2024 dapat nasa ibang bansa na ako. Student pathway is the fastest pathway going to Canada pa rin. And of course, ayan, let me proceed with the next slide na. Ayan, sa mga nagtatanong, sir, saan po ba namin isa-send yung mga email, yung mga resume namin? So ito po, flash on your screen. In TikTok, I think medyo malabo siya, pero ayan, banggitin ko na lang din. assessment@romanceis.ca po, yung aming email po. And as I mentioned, be specific po on your subject para at least alam na namin kung ano nga ba talaga ang pathway na gusto niyo po. If you want a work permit, ilagay niyo lang work visa. If you want a study permit, go with the student pathway. If you want to book a one-on-one discussion with us, lagay nyo lang one-on-one discussion po. And definitely, I will call you one by one sa mga nagpa-book and sa mga nag-send ng resume po sa amin. And of course, sige, before I proceed, i-flash ko muna yung emails and I'll try to read all your comments po muna. Ayan. Another question from our Zoom attendee, from anonymous attendee. Sir, if ever express entry, pagdating po ba doon may work ka? Or kami pa po yung maghahanap ng work po? For express entry po, kasi direct PR po yung i-apply po natin. Or mabibigyan po tayo ng permanent residency agad. Pero wala pa pong work na mag-aabang po doon sa inyo. So definitely, you need to look for your work po muna. If ever na express entry po nga po yung ating applyan. So, no po, wala kayong work na dadatnan doon. Pero while processing your paper, definitely you can look for a work na para at least pagdating nyo doon on that specific city or province, meron na kayong papasukang work. From Zoom din, from Marian Sena. Hi, nag-a-assist po ba kayo ng spousal sponsorship? Thank you po. Yes, Ma'am Marian. As I mentioned, almost all pathway going to Canada, we can help you. So, Ma'am Marian, ayan, flash on your screen yan yung email namin. And please email us your detailed resume din. And kung wala kayong resume, kasi a spousal sponsorship naman kayo, mag-email lang kayo sa akin and be specific sa subject na spousal sponsorship, and I'll call you later after this live din po para at least mas ma-discuss ko sa inyo further po para malaman ko din yung details nyo. And thank you so much po. And ito, magbasa naman ako ng question from TikTok. So, from lang po. So, ayan. So, how to apply, Ayan po. Nakalagay po dyan yung email po namin, flash on your TikTok, din yung email namin. Sa Zoom naman, nakalagay naman dito, flash on your screen. Sa Facebook, flash on your screen naman po. How to apply, how to apply. Yan. Send lang kayo ng detailed resume sa amin para alam po namin kung anong specific na application yung gusto niyo po. And of course, I am a Canadian. How can I apply? From TikTok then. So, to give you an idea, here in Roman Canadian Immigration Services, kahit wala kayo sa Philippines, even you're in Africa, USA, UK, Turkey, kung saan man po, we can still help you to process all your documents going to Canada. Just send us your detailed resume and be specific with the subject po. Pasensya na po, paulit-ulit ako with the specific subject dahil yung iba kasi babagong pasok lang sa live natin and everything po. And of course, hi sir, nurse po ako dito sa Singapore. Ano po ang requirements ng need? So from Miss Cassandra. So if you're a registered nurse po here in the Philippines or in Singapore po, as of the moment po kasi walang direct pathway sa nurses po. If you want to become a registered nurse pa rin in Canada, the fastest pathway pa rin is become a student pathway and take the PGDCN course or the post-graduation diploma in Canadian nursing po. Pero I think, to give you an idea pala, kami, as of the moment, as I mentioned a while ago, we are partnered with 9.09ers and the British Council. Umiikot kami all over the Philippines. And to give you an idea, Roman Canadian Immigration Services is at Cebu sa Quest Hotel po to for the IELTS fair po. This will be on March 11. So if ever na ang viewers po namin is from Cebu, you can catch us in Quest Hotel March 11 for the IELTS fair po. And of course, in March 12 naman, we're in Bacolod, the reopening of 9.09ers Review Tutorial Center at JT Hotel Bacolod City in March 12 po yan. So if you have a question, nandun po kami para at least we feed you the best answer na kailangan po namin. So see you po in Cebu and in Bacolod. And as I mentioned, sa nagtatanong ng nurse po, meron po kami nakausap na they have, meron po kasi ngayong program in Canada, specifically in Manitoba, na they are looking for nurses po. Pero as I mentioned, we're immigration services. We cannot help you to give an employer for nurses po. Pero I think, pwede ko yung mag-search if you want to become a registered nurse in Canada, nag-open si Manitoba in Canada ng direct nurses pathway po. So, ayun po. And ayan, required po ba ang IELTS? Okay na po ang OET. I think if you have an OET, I think okay naman po yun. Ito kay Ma'am Cassandra po to dun sa nurse po natin na nagtanong.
And if may OET na po kayo, to give you an idea, 2 years lang po yung validity niya like the IELTS po. So yes, okay na po siya for nurses po. And iba-ibang province sa Canada, iba-ibang pathway para sa student, pero mas madaling ma-PR dito sa New Brunswick. Ayan. Ayan, super happy naman ako dahil yung mga viewers natin, hindi lang sila basta viewers. Nagbibigay din sila ng knowledge natin. Katulad nito. So, sabi ni FYP Spotted daw, it's a name in TikTok, iba-ibang province sa Canada, iba-ibang pathway para sa student. Pero mas madaling ma-PR dito sa New Brunswick po. Yes po, tama po si Sir. In Canada po kasi hindi isa yung pagiging permanent residency natin. Depende siya on your location din. Pero sabi nga ni client, yes, New Brunswick daw po, mabilis ma-PR. So if you have relatives in New Brunswick or you're planning to study in Canada, ayun, sabi ng isa nating viewers, New Brunswick po, mabilis ma-PR. So definitely, definitely we can help you to look for your school. And if you have relatives din doon and naghahanap pa kayo ng location, yon, New Brunswick daw po is one of the best for PR or the fastest for PR. So ano po work po? So for work po, as I mentioned, we don't have direct employer. We don't have employer na mabibigay sa inyo as of the moment. Pero ayun, if you have an employer, we can definitely process your papers po. Hi, ask ko lang po from Maya Gonzalez. Hi, ask ko lang po kung required pa kumuha ng police clearance ng country na pinag-workan ko dati. Yes po. If you're eyeing for a work permit talaga, Ma'am Maya Gonzalez, yes, you need to get the police clearance kung saan country po kayo nag-work. And kahit 3 years ago na po, same question pala yun. Kahit 3 years ago na po. To be sure, ma'am, mas maganda, makuha nyo pa rin yung police clearance sa kanila. And if hindi nyo naman na-provide and nandito na kayo sa Philippines 3 years ago, I think hindi naman na siya magmamatter kung you're applying for work talaga. Kasi kung ano yung previous work nyo, i-indicate naman natin lahat yun. And of course, sir, dapat ba employed kung mag-apply ka student pathway? Ayan, from Sir Ronald San Pedro. Ayan, magandang question yan. Actually, even hindi ka employed, actually kahit ikaw ay, as I mentioned, high school student ka pa lang, na nag-aaral ka pa lang literal, and you're a K-12 student na you're still on your program, kahit hindi ka nag-work, pwede naman. Pero sa mga graduate na po and nag-work na, mas magiging advantage po yun pag employed kayo. Why? Kasi we need to prove sa immigration ni Canada na we can sustain your living in Canada or living expenses. And pwede kasi nating i-align doon sa work nyo ngayon yung program na kukunin nyo in Canada. Kasi we can say na sa immigration ni Canada na kaya ang kukunin kong program is this one, is ito yung work ko ngayon sa Philippines. Pagbalik ko in Philippines, I'm eyeing or looking for the higher position po pagbalik. So ganon. Magiging malaking edge yun sa inyo if ever employed kayo while mag-a-apply for student pathway. Pero it doesn't mean na necessary siya. So ayun po siya. And ayan, and then basa muna ako, tapos na yung question from TikTok. From Zoom naman po tayo. So, ayan, from anonymous attendee, pag ganun sir, may katay up po ba kayo doon na pwedeng applyan ng work? So, ayan, I don't know your name, pero sir, siguro you can email us para makita namin kung saan specific, anong specific na work yung possible ma-offer sa inyo and everything. So, let us check muna kung saang industry kayo. And later, I'll call you then one by one din po. And of course, hi sir, Canada lang po ba yung na-accept nyo? How about, I'm planning to USA, do you processor? So, pasensya na po from anonymous attendee in Zoom. No po, the only country we process is Canada po. So, we don't have license from US, Australia, UK, New Zealand, and so on po. Anonymous attendees, sir, share ko lang po, nag-apply po ako online through Indeed sa US, kaso po hindi nag-sponsor ng work visa. Nagpa-process po ba kayo ng US? Ayun, as I mentioned, no po, hindi po kami nagpa-process ng US. Pero if ever in Canada, yes, we process for Canada. Pero for US po, pasensya na po, we're not licensed to process any documents or any immigrant in USA. From Ghana, how can I apply? So sir, please send your detailed resume with us so we can assess kung saang industry ba kayo, and we will definitely reach you via WhatsApp. And of course, ayan, I think na-flash ko na naman yung aming yung aming email. So ngayon naman, i-flash ko naman yung social media accounts po namin. So para you're updated po if ever na we have posting on different pathways, promos, and everything, para at least you're updated po. Ayan, please follow us in Facebook. We're Roman Canadian Immigration Services or Roman and Associates Immigration Services Limited po. To give you an idea na lang, baka malito yung mga ibang client namin, ay sir, bakit ba dalawa yung pangalan nyo? Kasi as I mentioned, sa mga babagong pasok lang sa live namin, ang main office namin is located na talaga in Canada. So, ang pangalan ng main office namin in Canada is Roman and Associates Immigration Services. But here in Philippines, we're registered as Roman Canadian Immigration Services po. And in TikTok, you can follow us at Roman Canadian Immigration. In YouTube, you can follow us at Roman and Associates Immigration 2346. In Instagram, RCIS_2019, and in LinkedIn, Roman and Associates Immigration Services Limited. Para you're updated po with our postings, our promos, if ever sa mga wanting mag-work dyan, baka mayroon kaming posting for work. So ayan, para at least makita nyo po yung mga news and updates in Canada. And actually, we're posting about our partner schools in Canada and everything. And of course, ano yung offer nyo, work or school po? RWL. So as I mentioned, ma'am, if you're eyeing for work permit, you need to have an employer first. But if you want to apply for a student pathway, yes po, we have a partner school and we can process your application for the student pathway. And of course, ayan, follow nyo po muna kami. I'll flash our social media accounts pa rin para at least you're updated with our posting nga po as I mentioned. And sige po, question pa po kayo para I can answer na po and I'll give you my knowledge about the immigration in Canada. So yun, sige, I'll be here at 10:50 but until may question pa kayo, definitely I will still be here po. So yan, another question from Zoom. Ayan, anonymous attendee from Zoom. Sir, pagka-express entry tapos andun na, di ba po kami maghahanap ng work, kunwari nahirapan po, hindi naman kami magpapaalis agad kasi I'm applying for express entry PR po, di ba? Yes po, you need to have an invite muna on specific city in Canada. Depende po kasi yan sa score niyo po. So, pwede nga mag-invite sa inyo is like Manitoba. Although maraming city in Canada, actually napakalaki ng Canada. So kung sinong magbigay ng invitation po sa inyo, ayun, you need to apply it po muna. Pero ayun nga, for express entry, you need an IELTS na agad, at least 8.0 to 9 to almost perfect. Kasi pagtaas ng score natin, pagtaas din ng score natin, your age is at least 35 and below para makakuha tayo ng points for the age. And if ever, as I mentioned, may kamag-anak kayo in Canada, it's a plus points pa rin. It's a first degree na kamag-anak ka, I mean, mother, father, sister, brother. So, ganun po siya, plus master's degree or doctorate degree here in the Philippines, plus supervisory level at least 5 years para mas mataas pa rin yung points na makuha natin. And ano pa ba yung mga kailangan natin for? Yeah, definitely yun po siya. And to give you an idea, if you're applying for express entry, mas mataas if ever na isasama na natin yung spouse natin, if ever meron kayong partner po. So, ayun po siya. Of course, another question, sir, nagpa one-on-one access sa inyo, may fee po ba? Yan, from anonymous attendee, pag nagpa one-on-one access po ba sa inyo, may fee po ba? No po. We don't have any fee po. Any immigration na question nyo sa amin or consultation, we don't have any fees for that po. So yon, sir, email nyo lang sa amin. Sige, ibalik ko na lang muna sa email para sa mga new viewers po namin, makita nyo yung email namin. And as I mentioned, pwede kayong magpa-book ng one-on-one discussion with us in any pathway po na gusto nyo. Be specific lang po sa subject ha, para at least alam na po namin yung isasagot dun sa email niyo po agad. So yan, magpa-book na po kayo ng one-on-one discussion with us para at least mas clearer or detailed yung mabibigay namin question, mga sagot sa inyo. Yan, another question from TikTok. 100% po ba mabibigyan ako ng work after nag-school po? So ma'am, yung question nyo is definitely kayo makakasagot niyan. Dahil you are the one na maghahanap ng work nyo in Canada. But if yung school nyo ay nag-o-offer ng co-op program, it means that ang co-op is parang OJT actually in Canada, definitely, bago pa lang matapos yung program nyo, nag-co-op na kayo. So technically, you're working na, plus you're earning na po doon. If ever may co-op program po, yung program na kukunin po natin in Canada. But if ever naman na walang co-op program, yung mapipili natin in Canada, kayo po yung bahalang maghanap ng work nyo after nyo mag-aral in Canada. But to give you an idea, as I mentioned, katulad kanina yung na-mention ko na until December 2023, pwedeng mag-work full-time yung mga international student. The question is, bakit sir ganon? Kasi nga, ang Canada ay short ng mga employee po. So yes, mas magandang pumasok in Canada talaga. Ngayon dahil kung I know naman sa mga eyeing going to Canada, I know nagsa-search din kayo about dun sa country. And I know nakita nyo naman na dun sa mga work in Canada talagang minsan yung store na mismo yung nagsasara dahil walang pumapasok na employee sa kanila. So ayun nga po. And of course, another question from Zoom. Ayan, I'm so happy naman dahil active yung clients natin from Zoom and TikTok. I'm so happy with this. And anonymous attendee, thank you sir. It's a big help based on my situation because I don't know have any idea about the express entry. Ikaw lang po yung nakasagot ng maayos at clear. Ayan, thank you so much po sir. And sir, pag one-on-one po sa inyo, kayo din po ba yung mag-explain ang gamit nyo, ang gaming nyo po kasi sir, ang gaming gaming, what's this? Nyo po kasi sir, nasagot nyo po yung on point and, ang galing pala, sorry. Ang galing nyo po sir kasi nasagot nyo po on point and saan ka po pwede kontakin sir if ever I have questions pa po. So ayan, sige, let me check if, ayan sir, email nyo lang kami dito sa assessment@romancis and definitely, ako naman kasi yung sasagot din sa inyo sa email. Yes, to answer your question, yes sir, ako rin po ang mag-discuss about the one-on-one pathway po. So, ayun po. And then thank you sir, na-appreciate nyo. And kami naman, we're giving free webinar talaga to give our kababayans an idea kung ano nga bang pathway yung gusto nila. So it doesn't mean na manghihingi kami ng fee or what. We have a free consultation dito. Until kaya namin makita yung mga question and everything, alam namin, we can answer you po. So ayun, thank you sir. I don't know your name kasi naka-anonymous attendee ka or sir or ma'am ka man, I don't know. Pero ayun, I hope nabigyan ko kayo ng idea with regarding sa express entry. And to give you an idea, pwede ko kayong i-assist kung ano yung possible score nyo for express entry. Email lang kayo sa amin. And I can definitely help you for free, don't you worry. Another question pa po, I'm still here at Until yan, may mga question pa kasi, di ba sabi ko a while ago, until 10:50 lang ako. Pero if you have a question pa rin, sige, I'll still be here pa rin to answer your queries po. Sige, any question pa po from TikTok, from Zoom, and everything po. Sige po, go lang. So, and I hope na kami naman, even though na, to give you an idea, Roman Canadian Immigration Services, as I mentioned, our goal is to help our kababayans to fly in Canada or to give you an idea going to Canada. Yes, it's a free webinar naman. You don't need a consultation fee with us kasi as I mentioned, until kaya namin i-accommodate yung mga question nyo, we want to help you to reach your dream going to Canada. Ayan, thank you so much naman po. From anonymous attendee from Zoom, thank you sir. Walang pagsisisi, umattend ako dito. Worth it. Ang galing niyo po sir. Sige po, mag-email po ako dito. Ganda sir. Ayan, thank you so much po. Na-appreciate niyo yung ginagawa namin na, although it's a free webinar and we're giving any idea with any pathway na kailangan niyo po. And email lang kayo sa akin ma'am. You can book a one-on-one session between me and you para at least mas detailed if you have any question pa with regarding sa any pathway pa. As I mentioned, spousal, student, tourist, any pathway, basta in Canada lang. We can cater you po. Ayan, another anonymous attendee, every kailan po yung free webinar natin? March 24. So yun, as per my dito, mga kasama ko dito, we have a free webinar on March 24 po. That will be catering on student pathway pa rin. Pero as I mentioned, katulad naman ng ginagawa ko ngayon, if you have any question with regarding any pathway, I'll try to accommodate it all. Kasi as I mentioned, hindi naman student pathway lang yung kinikater namin. Any pathway going to Canada. Pero yun, on March 24, we have a free webinar pa rin. And if hindi kayo makating ng March 24, on April kasi wala pa kaming schedule eh. Pero yan nga, as I mentioned, ayan, dito. You can follow us on our social media accounts para makita nyo if ever meron pa ulit ba kaming free webinars po. Pero definitely every month we have 2 webinars po talaga. So it's either first week ng month and last week ng month po yun. Pero it depends kung sa schedule namin. Kasi as of the moment, Roman Canadian Immigration Services is partnering up of 9.09ers and British Council. We're currently going sa mga events na hindi lang dito sa Batangas. As I mentioned, we're at Cebu sa March 11, sa Bacolod March 12, and I think we have in March, yung IELTS fair natin is kailan nga ba yun? In Manila. We have an IELTS fair pa rin in Manila. Ayan, sige. I'll read our, yan. IELTS fair namin will be on March 18, that's in Manila. And we have the Cabanatuan in Pampanga, March 21, Cabanatuan, reopening of 9.09er yan. And sa March 22, it's Wednesday, reopening of 9ers centers din yan in Pampanga naman. So yan sa mga people in North. Kasi actually, as I mentioned sa inyo, all over the world we cater. So we have clients from North. Actually, kakagaling lang namin ng Alabang, Malolos, Baguio City, and Urdaneta. So currently, talagang umiikot kami to help our kababayans nga po. And ayun. Ayan, sir, kailan po ulit may Zoom webinar po? Ayan, as I mentioned, AJ from TikTok, we have on March 24. We have free webinar pa rin. And ayun pa. And our last event will be on Isabela. That's March 28. That's Tuesday. So I don't know kung sa mga viewers namin from the Philippines kung mga taga saan kayo kasi definitely yung market naman namin is all over the world. Pero if malalapit kayo dun sa mga nabanggit ko na area like Cebu, Bacolod, Cabanatuan, Pampanga, Isabela, definitely you can catch us. Paano nyo malalaman kung saan yon? As I mentioned, you can follow us on our social media accounts kasi nagpo-post kami kung saan yung next na location namin for the discussion of immigration in Canada. So, ayun po. And ayun, so far, yun po yung mga events namin. And we're open pala if you want to visit us or should you want to visit us, we're open from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. po here at Lipa City, Batangas po. So to give you an idea kung mga galing kayo Manila area or saan man, pag labas yun ng express ng toll fee, 5 minutes away lang kami from Tambo exit. So yun, talagang visible kami and we are here at the City Sleep-In building. So malaking building siya, talagang makikita siya. And along the highway lang siya. And yes, we have a parking po. So you don't need to worry about kung magdadala kayong sasakyan or not. We have a huge parking space dito. So yun, thank you, Ms. Joy. And ayan, may nag-question sa atin. Anonymous attendee from Zoom. Sir, so nasa event po kayo ng British Council sa March 18 dito po sa Ortigas. Andun po ba kayo, sir? Pwedeng tanungin on that day, sir. Ayan, katulad ng sinasabi ko, malawak naman yung reach namin. Yes po, sa Fair in Manila in March 18 sa Ortigas, nandyan po yung Roman and Associates or Roman Canadian Immigration Services po. And yes, we have a booth there. Pwede nyo kaming lapitan on our booth po. So we can answer and actually nagbibigay kami ng mga freebies sa attendee. Last na fair namin in Baguio, nagbigay kami ng free tourist visa application. So ayun, I think kausap na namin yung client na nanalo dun sa raffle. Yes, nagbibigay din kami ng mga freebies. So ayun, I hope to see you kung sino ka man, kung ano man yung name mo, ma'am. Pakilala ka lang sa amin na ikaw yung kausap ko here kasi definitely yes, I'll be attending doon sa March 18 sa Ortigas. Thank you so much, ma'am, and see you there on Ortigas sa March 18. Ayan pa sa mga di ba Ortigas, bago mag-Ortigas, we have Cebu nga this coming Saturday, you can catch us there. So if you have a question, yes, we can definitely help you and answer kung ano nga ba yung mga kailangan. And yes, in Cebu, mamimigay din kami ng freebies po namin pero hindi ko na muna i-announce dito kung ano yung mga freebies namin para syempre ma-excite naman kayo. Ayan, yun pala as per Miss Joy na kasama ko dito sa aming office today. About dun sa Cebu, we have registration in Facebook po. Pwede kayo magpa-register doon, follow nyo kami sa Facebook po. And pa-register po kayo para at least alam namin po. Yes, sir. Nakabook na ako. Hehe, upcoming fair. See you, sir. Ano pong name nyo, sir, para makapunta sa booth nyo? Ayan. Our company name there is Roman Canadian Immigration Services or kami din yung Roman and Associates Immigration Services. And my name is Reynald Del Rio and I'm the Client Acquisition Manager here at Roman Canadian Immigration Services po. So see you po, ma'am or sir. Magkita tayo on Ortigas on March 18. So, ayun, ang saya ko naman dahil meron pala kaming viewers from Zoom na talagang attend pa rin ng IELTS Fair. And I know you have specific pathway na. And I know you're interested in Canada. So, definitely we can help you. So, ayan. So, ayan po. So I hope there's no question na po. Pero to give you an idea, gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa lahat ng viewers namin ngayon. Sobrang nagpa-participate po kayo with the questions, with sa mga inquiries niyo po. I'm happy. Mas gusto namin talaga na we have interaction with clients talaga. Para at least hindi lang naman kayo, let's say, yung isang client dito sa Zoom nagtatanong about this. Hindi lang naman ikaw yung gusto makaalam niyan. So yung mga nanonood sa amin sa Facebook, sa Zoom, I know yung mga silent viewers dyan na nahihiya magtanong, baka question niya din yung question nyo. So ayan, thank you so much po sa mga nagtanong and nag-share ng mga idea nila in Canada. So thankful po ako dun sa mga participant namin sa TikTok din na nagbigay ng idea katulad nito, mas madali daw ma-PR sa New Brunswick, yung eligible lang for 40 hours a week is yung mga nag-apply ng November 2022. Yun, sobrang appreciated po namin kayo. Maraming salamat po. And I hope to see you soon again sa next live namin on March 24. I think that will be on March 24. Friday siya. Same time, it's 10 a.m. po. Ayan. Yes, sir. I'm super interested. Ako po yung nagtanong about express entry. See you there, sir. Super big of course. On point po yung sagot nyo and very clear. See you, sir, on upcoming fair. I'm a Niner student din kasi. Sir, that's why I am updated and I follow. Ayan, ma'am. Niners kayo, kung saan mang area kayo, I hope na ma-meet namin kayo sooner before. Ayan, as I mentioned, March 18 nga po. And yes, yun, partner din kami ni Niners. So, if nagre-reopen sila ng branches, they're inviting us to participate para at least mag-present kami ng regarding sa Canada. And of course, yan, matutulungan ka talaga ni Niners to pass or anong band score yung kailangan mo. If you're eyeing for express entry, ma'am, I hope talaga na you got a perfect score. Then Niners, I know naman magagaling yung mga trainer dyan, especially Sir Erwin. So, ayan, mga kasama namin lagi sa event. So, yun, I hope I will end our live na. And thank you so much po ulit sa mga nag-participate po sa amin. And I hope to see you soon, ma'am, sa Fair in Manila in Ortigas. And yes, visit nyo lang kami sa aming booth doon. And thank you so much po kung nabigyan ko kayo ng idea. I'm grateful naman doon and maraming salamat. Bye-bye po so far and I hope to see you soon on other live po namin. Bye-bye po. See you. Bye-bye po from the viewers of TikTok. Maraming salamat po on participating.